morning I hopped into my car and decided to go for a drive. I was driving around and looking at all these different restaurants from different cultures and countries. I also noticed how everything was so peaceful and just working in order. I was driving this way and the opposite direction was driving that way. I'm Christy Locke and I'm here to talk about how we all come from somewhere. Growing up, I've always liked doing Canadian activities. For example, skiing, snowmobiling, enjoying nature, different seasons, water sports, and of course beaver tails. These are, again, like you notice, these are all Canadian activities. I've been lucky enough to come from two different cultures, the French and the English. I come from, so people from both of these countries have immigrated to Canada and formed this wonderful country. Some traditions that we still celebrate today have some English and French influence. For example, the reason why we have St. Patrick's Day is because of all the mass migration of Irish that came to Canada because of the potato famine. In 1847, there were over 84,500 Irish in Canada. That's a big number for those years. A second thing that came from the Europeans was alcohol. The reason why we have alcohol is because when the Europeans sailed across the Atlantic Sea, that was the only drink they could have because alcohol killed bacteria. If they had water, there'd be bacteria in it. They'd drink it and probably get sick or die. So then these traditions, we still have alcohol today. For example, at Christmas, we still drink it, like my family still drinks eggnog, and that comes from the English culture. The world is changing faster than ever. Look at the iPhone, the first iPhone for instance, and look at the one that just came out this year, the XS. Look how much of a difference that is, and that's just in a decade. Look how much has changed in a decade. And not only the iPhone, you can think about other things. Again, technology not only changed, but throughout the years, the reasons why people would immigrate has changed too. For example, the reason why my ancestors came to Canada, the French came to Canada because Canada was the land of milk and honey. In other words, it was a land of opportunity. Think of a European. They come to Canada and they see all these amazing resources that we have. They must be amazed by all the things that we have. And also, their goal was to get as much land as possible, to populate as much as possible. The more people they would have, the more taxes they would get. My English part of the family has moved to Canada because they were both in World War II. My grandfather was born in South Africa, and his father had Dutch descendants, and his mother had English descendants. And they both came to Canada because of World War II. You see, there's different reasons. But as the years went by, people immigrated to Canada for different reasons. Some of them still to escape war from their country, to come here for shelter, security, and peace. Also, some people immigrate to Canada for different jobs, mostly for different opportunities. A lot of people immigrate to Canada so that they want their kids to have a better life than they had. So, when I go to the mall and go to the food court, I don't only have Canadian food options. I have a bunch of different options. You see, immigrants don't only offer the food, they offer their food, ways of life, traditions, holidays, and religion. These are all things that we as Canadians gain more exposure from. See, when I go in the food court, I can get Lebanese food, Greek food, Thai food, Chinese food, Canadian or American food. I have such a wide range of choices that sometimes I have trouble picking my food. So, also, Canada needs immigrants. See, the fertility rate in Canada, it reached its peak in 1950 to 60, where women had almost 4 kids. But now it dropped down to 1.6 kids per woman on average. So Canada needs more immigrants to keep the economy rolling. 1.6 kids per woman is not enough people to keep the economy rolling. And we also need them for different ideas and different businesses. Different cultures bring different ideas to different countries. You see, the world is getting so globalized now. The world's getting so globalized now. See, like, the amount of people in one day,